Hello and welcome to another episode of Salary Voodoo, the show right here on the MMA Engine, where I, your host Monk, aka the Monkmatician, show you a different way of GPP lineup construction for DraftKings based on salary, statistics, and probabilities. So before we get into it, guys, please like the video, subscribe to the MMA Engine channel. It's me, it's Lou, it's Weezy, it's Brady, and we are killing it day after day, week after week, bringing you content every single day leading up to every single UFC event. And this week is more jam-packed than ever leading up to UFC 276. If you didn't know, we got two title fights on the line, as you can see, as we have Alexander Volkanovski going against Max Holloway for the third time, probably the final time, I would imagine, and Israel Adesanya taking on Jared Cannonier. Two belts on the line. It is a jam-packed fight night of fights, fight night, whatever you want to call it. Before we get into it, guys, what is salary voodoo? Well, basically, we're looking at salary probabilities and statistics as to how often they make the optimal lineup. Take the fighters out of it. We're just using the salary information that we have that's not readily accessible to the public. And in fact, as my guy at Sun Tzu said over the weekend on our happy hour show, I'm one of the only guys doing this apparently. So please check it out. It'll at least, pair this with some statistics and you'll know exactly what to do when it comes to constructing GPP lineups. Now, guys, I'm going to go over, three fights and I'm going to go give you three predictions or judgments as to what's going to happen. It's either going to be a blessed fight, which we love to see. That's going to be a Bernie. You'll see what I'm talking about in a minute. You see Bernie, that means that's a fight to target for GPPs. If you see the other side, not a Bernie, you see a Jack, and you'll know who I'm talking about. You see a Jack, you'll know to stay away from that one as far as GPPs. So I'm just giving you, fights to target pretty much, fights to generally stay away from based on salary, statistics, and probability. So without further ado, guys, let's get right into it. First, like the video, subscribe to the channel, check out our other content, and pair this with some statistics, DFS statistics you can find on Game Theory on my channel, Monkmatician, which will be linked to in the description. So check that out. First fight of the night that we're covering, guys. And also, oh my gosh, I almost forgot. Be sure to comment, please, for next week's fights. Guys, you have all been killing the comments lately. I picked all three of these fights. Maybe there's a bonus fight in there too, huh? So stick around. All three of these fights, sorry about that, are picked by you, the community, through the comments. So please keep killing it down there. Leave a comment of who you want to see me break down next week. We do not know the salaries. That makes it all the more fun. And it makes it even more fun than that when it's you guys that pick the fight. So thank you for picking. Keep on doing it. I really do appreciate it. And your contributions to the show are immense. Thank you so much. First fight that we're going to go into, picked by Mr. David Castillo. Thank you so much for your contribution, David. 8,200 Brad Tavares, $8,000 Dricus du Plessis. This one is taking place at middleweight, 185. A middleweight makes the optimal lineup 54.44% of the time it's played. Excuse me, this is fight number 2. Someone from that fight makes the optimal 51.56% of the time, and the salary pair of 82 and 8,000, as you would expect, has a decent number of making the optimal 58.18%. These numbers are all over 50, and they're well over 50, giving this one a good start as to whether it's going to be a Bernie or a Jack. Let's get into each of the salaries. 8,200 has been used 56 times. It's made the optimal 13 out of those 56 times. That is a 23.21%. It has a win rate, being a favorite salary, compared to a dog salary, of just 44.64%. That is terrible. But it does, when it does win, it makes the optimal 52% of those wins and scores 93.39 points when it does win. So not great numbers. Once you get into it, the only good one is the percent optimal in wins over 50. That is something you definitely like to see. Other than that, this is a pretty unimpressive favorite salary. Let's see if Dricus du Plessis' salary at 8,000 is any better. It's been used the exact same amount of times, 56 times. It's made the optimal 6 more times for 19 total. That is a rate of 33.93%, 10 points plus better than the favorite salary on the other side. It has a win rate of 53.57, almost 9 points better than its counterpart. And when it does win, 11 points better, 63.33%, scoring only 91.26, but still, these numbers for the dog salary of 8,000 are fantastic. Guys, what do we got? 82 and 8,000. Well, the top three numbers are all over 50. 82 is not the best. 8,000 is pretty dang good. We've got ourselves a Bernie. Look at that. That's what I mean by Bernie. You see Bernie, you know we're having fun. You know this is a blessed fight, and you know that's that good voodoo. The salary score for 8,200 is 8.47, 14th best out of 31 DK salaries that have been used. 8,000 is immensely better than that. 6.39, the 7th best overall salary. And guys, this is out of 31 salaries, and it's a dog salary of 8,000. This is a blessed fight. Definitely one to target. Pair this with the game theory video and the DraftKings stats so you know which side to play. This one, play this side. Trigus du Plessis points per minute and points per win are ridiculous. So watch that video as well. You'll know what I mean. Fight number 2. Keep this rolling. This one picked by Eric Johnson and David Dennett. Thank you very much, boys. I really appreciate it. Jalen Turner, Brad Riddell, 8,400, 7,800. Lightweight fight. Somebody from the lightweight division makes the optimal 53.13% of the time. This is currently fight number 8. That is a sub 50% number, 48.44, so definitely not one to usually target. And the salary pair is just over 50 at 52.63. Let's start with the $8,400 side. It's been used 58 times, made the optimal 13 times. Not a great percentage, 22.41%, pretty low. And it also, another favorite salary with a sub 50% win rate, 48.28%. No bueno. 46.43% of the time it wins, it makes the optimal. Like to see that above 50. So again, subpar. When $8,400 wins, it only scores 91.6 on average. So some pretty subpar numbers for the favorite salary of 8,400. 7,800 on the other side, Brad Riddell. That salary's been used 60 times, has made the optimal 4 more times than its counterpart. Sound familiar? 17 out of 60 for a rate of 28.33%. Also, a sub 50 win rate, 48.33. Neither one of these guys wants to win, or neither one of these salaries, rather, wants to win. But the one upside for the dog salary here, as you would kind of expect, 55% of the time it wins, it makes the optimal. That is almost 10 points better than its counterpart. It does score even less than 8,400, 89.11. Guys, all of these numbers are average or a bit subpar. What's our ruling going to be? Is this that good voodoo? Is this the bad voodoo? There's Jack. That's the Jack I'm talking about. Frozen Jack. You guessed it. This is bad voodoo. The numbers, like I said, are just average or below average. 8,400, 8.69 salary score. That's 15th best. Average. 78 is the better score. The dog score, the better score. Again, 7.41. That is the 12th best. So that is a decent number. Now, if you wanted to dig this out of the Frozen Jack hole that it's in, I did just say Jack hole. I know I did. Pair this with the game theory video, guys. Jalen Turner has some ridiculous numbers on the offensive side, but that balances out with the points that Brad Riddell does not allow because he has a great defensive pace. That's kind of why we're getting the Frozen Jack here. So I'm not going to be targeting this one for DraftKings. I do like the Jalen side for GPP though. So I'm going to have to work through my bias on that one. But the salary scores are not very good. Third fight. Normally this would be the final fight of the night, guys, but we are doing a bonus fight. So stick around to the end of the video. 8,300 for Alex Pereira, going against 7,900 for Sean Strickland. This one was picked by David Dennett and the Green Reaper. Thank you, boys, very, very much. Middleweight fight, 185. Somebody makes the optimal, as we said earlier, 54.44% of the time. This is currently the 10th fight of the night since we did lose Miesha Tate and Lauren Murphy. 58.33% of the time the 10th fight of the night happens, someone makes the optimal. And that same percentage is the salary pair. 58.33% of the time these two salaries are played, someone makes the optimal. And I believe in this case, we have a case to where the 83 and 79 have only ever played each other. Rare sometimes, at least once or twice a salary drops out and we get a salary change, in the past year and a half. Not in this case. Both salaries have been used 60 times. And once again, for the third time, the dog salary has a better optimal percentage than the favorite salary. 18 for 79, 17 times for 8,300, 28.33% rate for the favorite salary, and an even 30% for the dog salary of 7,900. You gotta love to see that. Win percentage, very close. 48.33% for the dog, 51.67 for the favorite. When it does win, these are great numbers. When 8,300 wins, it makes the optimal 51.6% of the time. When 7,900 wins, it makes the optimal 11 points better than, 10.5 points better than that, 62.07. 8,300 scores 91.62 when it wins, and 79 scores 93.88. These numbers are fantastic. And guys, we get Sean Strickland at a dog price. Oh my goodness. I'm going to be smashing this one probably for cash, but this is a GPP show. I love this fight for GPPs. Give me the Bernie. We got some good voodoo here. The salary numbers are pretty dang good. And once again, for the third fight out of 3, the dog salary is better performing according to the voodoo than the favorite salary. So save yourself some money this week, guys. 8,300, 7.4 salary score. That is the 11th best. Still pretty dang good out of 31 salaries. But 79 is that much better. 7.01, 9th best overall. Play this fight for GPPs. I absolutely love it. Here's what's going to happen. It's going to be a decent Sean Strickland decision win. Good score. It's going to be a decent Alex Pereira knockout win if that somehow happens. Or Pereira by decision might be the lowest of the 3, but still. I like this fight for GPPs according to the salary voodoo. Now, this is normally where I would say goodbye. We did our 3 fights. We have a huge card, UFC 276. Huge card. So we are going for a 4th fight, you guys. And what is it going to be? I'm sure you could guess if you thought hard enough. The Coco main event of the evening, picked by Tom L312. Thank you, Tom. $9,000 for Alex Volkanovski going against $7,200 Max Holloway. Whatever side you're on, you're getting a bonus, in my opinion. This is a featherweight fight. 52.94% of the time a featherweight fight happens, someone from that fight makes the optimal. Currently fight number 11 because of the cancellation. 56.86% of the time there's 11 fights, somebody makes it. That is a fantastic number, one of the best numbers out of all fights possible, and a great number for the salary pair. 57.14% of the time these two pair off, one of them gets to that optimal lineup. 3 great numbers to start off the fight, Tom. Let's see, 9,000. Actually, we're going to start with the Holloway side. Is this going to be the 4th fight where the dog salary is better than the favorite salary? Spoiler alert, no, we are stopping our streak there. But 7,200 is a very good dog salary to play. 57 uses, it's made the optimal 12 times. 21.05%, nothing great, but it is a very low dog salary. So what do you expect? 28% win rate, but when it does win, it makes the optimal 3 out of 4 times, 75%, and its score is so far better than any other salary per win that we've gone over on this card, 97.43 points. The Volk salary, the 9K salary, 56 times it's been used, 20 times it's made the optimal. That is the 3rd most out of all salaries. 35.71% optimal rate. It has a win percentage of 71.43, and when it does win, 50% optimal, and that is one of the highest numbers at this very upper salary position of $9,000. Usually the higher the salary is, the tougher it is to make that optimal. You got to score more and more to make it. 9,000 has great salary voodoo, scores 95.69 when it wins. Guys, I'm sure you know what the bonus fight is gonna be. We got that good voodoo, we got that Bernie going on. You gotta target this fight. I might be 100% on this one, probably 2-1 Volk to Max, probably 70-30, something like that, right around there. The $7,200 salary, rather, not great to play. 9.65, 20th best, so a little bit below average. But this is Max Holloway. He has scored, 360 points in his past 2 fights. And if the $7,200 salary wins, it makes the optimal 3 out of 4 times. Mix those things together, and I'm definitely going to be playing Holloway. But 9,000, like I said, I'll be doubled up on Volk compared to Holloway. It's the 4th best salary to play. 6.20 salary score. Give me $9,000 all day, every day. That is a great salary to play. Guys, here is the recap for UFC Vegas, or sorry, I keep doing this. UFC 276. No Vegas. This is a pay-per-view. We got a Bernie on Tavares and Plessis, 8,200 and 8,000. We have our lone frozen jack of the card. Jalen Turner at 8,400. Brad Riddell at 7,800. We got another Bernie at Pereira and Strickland, 8,300, 7,900. And we are going to close it out with the biggest Bernie of the night, almost 100% exposure for Computer Monk, or actually for me, not Computer Monk, just Monk, for the Volkanovski Max Holloway $9,000, $7,200 fight. Fantastic fight to target. Guys, this was a lot of fun. Please comment what you want to see next week. And before you click that X in the top right corner, click the like and the subscribe button as well. Thank you so much for joining me. As usual, I want all of you to enjoy the fights. So enjoy. We will see you next time. Have a good one.